Hello, hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to the October 2025 monthly intuitive reading. And wow, we're in October already, aren't we? Okay, so please like this video. Please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the energies and the influences of the week. Please share and like this video. And then please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And comments down below. I love comments, guys. Love, love, love them. Please let me know how this resonates, how it doesn't. I'm open to feedback, questions, anything like that. Just be kind. That's all I ask. These do not look straight, do they? Okay. Doing my best here, guys. All right. What else do I need to tell you guys? Same 3 decks. Shuffle different order from the last weekly. So let's begin, guys. I'm excited. The last weekly was going into October. We got some themes of moving forward. Definitely check out that video if you haven't already. And but yeah, let's see what this month has in store for us. Okay, what do we need? Fork in the road. Okay, so we need to make a decision is basically what it's saying. We usually have 2 options with fork in the road. It's a little different from Direction Guardian, which I believe is in the Angels and Ancestors deck. But this is basically saying like we have, we can either go this way or we can either go that way. So we have a decision to make on path A or path B. Pretty straightforward on that one. So it's always good to have options. And it looks like we do. All right, action needed. We have companion in the shadow, betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. Okay, so it looks like we need to get our identity back. Okay, maybe you haven't felt like yourself in a long time, which is me. I haven't felt like myself in a long time, and you feel like you need to get yourself back. This could especially be for anybody that's been in a relationship, because this is under companion. Or maybe the loss of something. Maybe you lost a pet and you really need to get back to yourself. You haven't been taking care of yourself or something. But this is definitely an energy of like getting back to yourself because it's in the shadow. And like there definitely is this this aura of, this energy of like maybe like being too codependent on something or someone. And you've lost yourself in some way, shape, or form. So this is basically saying we need to get back to ourselves. For me, like I said, in my situation, mine is like to illness. For those that don't know, I've been going through like kind of like a brain injury, basically with toxins involved, not necessarily forceful trauma, but you don't feel like yourself, like at all. I don't talk like myself. I don't speak like myself. I don't think like myself. So you feel like a completely different person. So for me, hopefully this translates to getting back to who I was by healing even more in that way. But again, could especially be for anybody that maybe it has been with someone or has been giving a lot of your energy and your self to someone else or a cause or a person or a thing or an organization. Because again, like definitely getting codependency vibes, but again, doesn't necessarily have to be that way with my example that I just gave. No codependency there. It's just not feeling like myself due to illness. Or injury, I should say. Issue. We have traveler moving in a new direction. Okay, so we have issues moving in a new direction. Very interesting after the fork in the road. So we're having a hard time pivoting. We're having a hard time moving forward. We're having a hard time. Maybe this could even be like as literal as the card suggests. Like maybe you guys are traveling this month and you have an issue while traveling. Okay, I don't feel like it's like a dire thing, but it's almost guaranteed that when you travel, something something's gonna go wrong. So it's kind of like a silly thing to say because that always happens. But there's gonna be some kind of issue while traveling. But again, also could be the metaphor of like moving forward. We're like traveling to, like moving in a new direction. So we might be, frozen or in freeze state and not necessarily be able to either make a decision because of the fork in the road or we're afraid of change or whatever it actually is. But definitely we've got issues there and we're afraid to move forward in some way, shape, or form. So let's actually keep going. I wonder if there's going to be some more clarity around that. Challenge, new life. Sorry, you really can't make this up. So far, outside of the companion, this is all talking about new energy, all right? Love it. Love October. You know, now that I think of it, I'm pretty sure October is a numerology, like personal month of 1, which is new, basically new beginnings. So that makes a lot of sense to me now that I'm thinking about it. And we definitely did, if you guys didn't see the weekly, check out the weekly reading, because there's definitely some hints of this. But yeah, so it's challenging moving into our new life in whatever way that looks. Point blank period, issues moving forward. Okay, you know, in our weekly, it was about preparing for a new life. This is about actually kind of trying to step into it and having an issue with it. Okay, so there's a challenge there. Again, the challenge could look so many different ways. It could literally be that we are so used to living life the way that we've been living it that we just do not accept the change. You know, like I've been living a certain way for 4.5 years because of my health issues. I can't, like, it's almost like I can't even remember what it was like before. So that would be a big change for me. And maybe it's a little scary now that I think about it. I have nothing planned. I don't, you know, I'm living the way that I'm living now, and that's the only way I've known for like 4.5 years. So very interesting how change could kind of just like show up that way and be scary, even if it's like something that we've been wanting to change for so long. So this might surprise some of you guys. Like that would surprise me for sure. But yeah, we're having issues moving into our new life. I mean, pretty straightforward there. Let's keep going, see if we get more hints. Because I laugh because you literally cannot make that up. The universe has a sense of humor for sure. Okay, change, rebel. Challenges authority to effect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Okay, this is in the light. This is right side up. So this is in a good way. Like this is like in a more positive way. So you're rebelling against something. You're rebelling against what society wants for you that says that you should have, right? That you should want, right? If you don't want marriage and kids, like society kind of, you know, tells us to do, you don't have to do that. That's what's changing. I think it's finally we're accepting that we don't have to do that. And I love that for you guys, because you should really be following your own intuition and living the life that feels best to you. Who cares what people think? Okay, and I think a lot of you guys are kind of letting that go finally in this month. It's saying like, that's changing. You do not care what people think about you in this particular thing. You do not care. And it's a beautiful thing. So you're definitely rebelling about, you know, against what society wants you to do. Love it. Love that for you. Focus. We have White Witch, be the light. Okay, so this is saying focus, be more on the positive. See things in a more optimistic view. So that's the priority this month, and yeah, I think we achieve that for sure, because maybe things are becoming a little bit more optimistic for you. Reflect. I laugh because, of course, the universe has a sense of humor. Another card that kind of alludes to the fact that things are changing and moving forward between worlds. But this is limbo, okay? This isn't exactly new life. This is actually a step back from new life, okay? So basically, it's under reflect. And it's saying, like, reflect on the in-between. Reflect on your old life versus your new life. Reflect on what you're leaving behind and what you are getting. What you're losing, but what you're gaining, okay? And maybe that will help you make your decision. Maybe that will help you move forward, right? Kind of reflecting on the old, reflecting on the new. That's basically what it's saying here. Reflecting in the limbo space, okay? Introspecting. So this might be the key. This might literally be the key to help you move past these issues, these challenges about you moving forward. And also you need to be making a decision right now about your future, okay? And so this will help you for sure. So don't skip this, okay? Don't skip the introspection piece of the month, okay? The journaling of the month. Do it every day if you have to. Responsibilities. Hero, heroine in the shadow, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. Okay, so this is about, it's in the shadow, so this is about escaping. Interesting how it's under responsibility. Escaping responsibilities, essentially, right? So we might be doing something to evade a responsibility, to escape from everyday life. Okay, and basically it's saying your responsibilities are to not do that and to recognize that. It is coming off the reflect, so that energy could definitely bleed into there, okay, mesh into there. So what are you trying to escape from? It's your responsibilities to not do that this week, okay? If you avoid something, right? This is kind of like especially if you're an avoidant, I'm talking to you guys out there. What are you avoiding? Okay, this is asking you your responsibilities are to not do that anymore and look at things head on. And yeah, that might also help and assist in you moving forward. Maybe there's something you're not dealing with head on, okay, that you're avoiding. Don't do that, right? It's your responsibility to kind of settle it this month, to look at it, to finally deal with it, that kind of energy. Money, finances, and career. We have heart guardian, love, and let yourself be loved. Okay, so this is basically saying the more self-care you have, the better. That things will go at work, whether that's actually, actually talking about like your money will increase. But possibly taking care of, maybe you've been kind of overworking yourself at work, but this is basically saying like love yourself and, take care of yourself and watch the universe deliver on that. This could also be maybe you need self-love when it comes to work. Maybe you're letting somebody take advantage of you. Maybe you're working a job that makes you hate yourself, or, something along those lines. So this is definitely about self-care, working on you, loving yourself, even maybe you're putting maybe take career out of it. Maybe you're putting yourself down because of your money and your finances. Okay, love yourself through that. Okay, that's what Spirit is asking you to do. Open the heart chakra is like another way to say this. Surprise to the sea. Oh, yay. We love when alignment comes naturally to us. So things definitely feel more in sync. Things definitely feel more in flow. Things definitely feel more in alignment. And it's coming under surprise, so it comes out of nowhere. So if you feel like you've been hitting a wall with something, feeling like something is forced, something is, super forced, you're trying to control it so bad, it turns in your favor in some way, shape, or form, right? All of a sudden, it's in flow again, right? Maybe you're in sales, right? And you've been working sales for so long, and for 6 months in a row, you haven't been hitting your sales goals, and it's been so hard. You've been working you don't know what it is. It's just like everything is against you. You feel like it has something to do with luck. You have no luck. And then all of a sudden, this month, you start, maybe it's literally because you changed something, but things become easier to you now. You get 3 sales in a row without even trying. Something like along those lines. That's kind of like the difference. It's going to be a stark difference, I find, because it definitely feels like it's major in that way, where it's kind of like, wow, your luck really changes around. And I love this for us. I really do. Guys, we're more than halfway. Let's just talk about how, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but so far, so good. It looks like October is the month of change that a lot of us have been, looking for in a more positive direction. Love this for us. Should I title the video that way? Maybe I should, because I'm getting excited. All right, friends, what do we have? Knight, loyalty, romance, chivalry, love of honor. Okay, so this is about loyalty under friends. Love that. Friends, I mean, there's not too much more I can say here. Lots of loyal friends. You feel in alignment with them, allegiance to them. In a positive way, friend group is good. I have nothing to say here. Nothing more to say here. Romantic connection. We have Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Amazing. So this is just really about feeling loved and feeling comforted by your romantic partner. We love that. Guys, every area. I would say maybe money, finances, and career is still a little rocky, because we might not be, loving ourselves through our career or whatever, but I still don't even see that as like a red flag or anything. But yeah, romantic connection, hitting out of the park again. And we're having a good we're having a good month with our significant others, basically. So we feel loved and comforted. And I would say for our single people too. I try to give you guys a shout out. If you're not coupled up, maybe if you're dating, if you decide to date, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you'll feel, love and comforted. Maybe you'll meet people that make you feel like home or make you feel like yourself, which is good for the action needed, because we need to start doing things that make us feel like ourselves, or things, move into things that make us feel like ourselves again, right? So I love that for us. How many times can I say that? Guys, I can't help it. This month is looking real good, okay? So what's important? To ask questions. Always important in general. So definitely ask a lot of questions. Be very curious. Do your research, that kind of thing. So it's important to do that. Intuition is king, but, discernment is queen, I will say. So definitely, don't bypass that. Ask the questions that you need to ask, basically. Not too much more I can say there. Health and wellness. We have advocate upside down, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Okay, so how do I say this? Let's just put it this way. Make sure you really want something. I will say it like this. Make sure you really want something, and make sure that you are, before you advocate for it. So maybe this goes along with the why here, because I love that the advocate came under health and wellness, because I always say be your own advocate, especially when it comes to your wellness, okay? Especially when it comes to your body, your health, all that stuff. But it didn't come in upright, it came reversed. So another way of kind of saying this is like, make sure you're advocating for what you truly want, or truly what's best for you. Don't just advocate because of whatever reason. Just make sure you really want it, and make sure it's really right for you, and make sure it's aligned for you. Like, for example, if you really feel like a GLP-1 Ozempic is right for you in your body at where you are now, right? It's under health and wellness, so that definitely counts. Go for it. Advocate for it, If you really feel truly in your heart and soul that it's right for you, advocate for it. But don't advocate for it if you don't really know if it's the right thing for you. But maybe everybody else is doing it or something, or maybe you don't want to actually diet or whatever. Okay? Maybe that's not the best example, but it's saying if you go all in, make sure you go all in and you're doing it for the right reasons. That's what it's basically saying here. So advocate for yourself, but don't necessarily just do it to do it, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. That was a little bit of a tough one there when it comes in on the shadow, but yeah, hopefully I explained it well. But if not, put it down below. I'll maybe I can. Sometimes I find like I can explain things a little bit better in writing. Okay, overall outcome, great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Okay, so this actually goes kind of like hand in hand with the reflect. It's like more reflection. It's basically saying like, really look at your experiences, as you kind of like move into like this new energy, and see how they have taught you things and what they have taught you, like connecting the dots in that way. And like I said, it's definitely related to the reflect card there. But also too, as it goes back to that first card there, the fork in the road, where you have to be making decisions. Really think about your experiences, what they have taught you, and use that wisdom to make the decisions, right? This is, guys, I don't know if I've always known this, and I've just actually put words to this, but I've noticed that people that don't self-reflect or look at their own behavior, or self-aware, whatever you want to call it, they're not the most profound, or they're not the most, they don't have the most wisdom. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there, right? That's exactly what self-reflection and introspection, all that stuff does. we're able to learn from the experiences and then apply it to our lives going forward. That's the whole reason of like why we learn lessons, and also to evolve our soul, but also like to grow as a human being. Okay, yes, there's the spiritual part of it, but it's also the humanity part of it. It's for both, right? We're both a soul and we're both a human. So there's no downside to this. That's why I'm a proud introvert, because us introverts, we tend to spend more time with ourselves and we tend to introspect more, and we tend to grow a little bit more wiser than maybe like other people, if that makes sense. So definitely take that advice and definitely apply it this month, because what you've learned, you've got to put into practice now, and it's going to help you make the decisions going forward. And that actually might be why we have issues with moving forward, is because maybe we didn't reflect enough, right? Maybe we haven't reflected enough to go forward, if that makes sense. So I love how we're ending with that. All right, I hope that makes sense for you guys, for sure. So with that being said, guys, I'm loving this month. You already know. I stopped in the middle of the reading and I let you guys know how I'm feeling. I feel good. Nothing would be a red flag here. Seriously. Looks good. It's not like we're stopping the new life from happening or sabotaging it or anything. I didn't get any sabotage energy. But we are having issues and challenges with it, though I feel like I said, this is the key here to kind of like reflect on that. That will help us, reflection on our experiences will help us move forward. So I think you guys get it. I think I've said it a bunch of times now. So love this for us. Love the moving forward kind of energy we've got going on here. I love it. I've been waiting for it for many, many years. And looks like here it is. So yeah, love it for you guys. Love it for me. Have a good month. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.